Welcome to Annie's Stories, where I read my original stories out for you to listen to. Today, I'm going to read Chapter 4 of Finding Snowy. Chapter 4, The Last Clue. They arrived at Tanjong Beach in Sentosa. There were many people playing volleyball on the beach, while kids were happily building sandcastles. It was actually the first time Milky ever went to the beach, so he was very cautious and always slowly and carefully sniffed the sand before he put his paws on it. After he got used to it, he started to run around, enjoying the refreshing air from the beach so much. Daddy had to run after him every time, and sometimes Milky ran around and around him as if he was teasing Daddy, and made the leash so tangled that Daddy got stuck inside. It made Annie laugh so much. "Daddy, we have to find the next clue," Annie reminded Daddy. "Oh yes," he replied. "Where do you think it will be?" Annie walked around the beach and tried to look closely to everything. She remembered there was a time Daddy took her here and also played treasure hunt with Ilona. And Daddy hid the Kinder eggs at many places on the beach for her and Ilona to find. Maybe they also thought that the place would be a good place for a treasure hunt, and they may have left the next clue there, Annie thought, and dragged Daddy to that familiar place. They looked around the place, and Milky started to run really fast towards a tree, and he stopped there and kept barking at the tree. It's not normal at all, because Milky is not usually very vocal, especially to non-living things. So Daddy and Annie followed him to the tree, and on the tree they saw someone had carved a small poem on the tree trunk. "The firm fruit of peace, European in flavor, delights never cease. Within the historic boundary of lush grove, apparently created for puppy love, Snowy is kept here." "Daddy, it said Snowy is kept here. It's definitely the next clue," Annie excitedly yelled. "But we need to find out what the answer is first. It seems quite difficult." Daddy is concerned. Milky was so excited he couldn't stand still. He kept jumping up and down and went around Annie as if he was asking Annie's help to solve the riddle for him. Daddy suggested, "Let's break down each sentence to find out the clue from each sentence. Firstly, we need to know what the firm fruit of peace, European in flavor, delights never cease is. Any idea, Annie, since you just came back from a long trip in Europe?" But Annie had no idea, so Daddy called Ilona for help. "Hi, Annie. My mom told me that you needed help with something. What is it?" Ilona asked when she picked up. "This is a riddle, but we can't solve it. We've played riddles before. Maybe you can help," Annie replied. "Ooh, let's see the riddle." So Annie turned the camera to the carved riddle. This is hard, but I heard that a popular fruit in Europe is olive. I don't really know if that's right though. But isn't it a park? I guess it's some kind of park that's related to dogs," Ilona said when she finished reading. "Oh, is that Milky with you? He's so cute." "Yeah, that's Milky. We're looking for his brother. Long story." "But you're right. I think it's olive and a park that's related to dogs." "Thanks, Ilona. You're the best." "Bye," Annie said. "You're welcome. See you and Milky soon." "Bye," Ilona said happily and stopped the call. After getting Ilona's advice, Annie became clearer about the riddle. "Daddy, I think the location's name started with olive, and if we can answer other questions, we can form a full answer for it." Daddy frowned at the riddles while scratching his hair so much that he looked like he just got out of bed. And then suddenly he clapped his hands. "Oh, I know the answers," he said. "It's Olive Restaurant by Labrador Park." Annie still didn't understand. "Can you please elaborate, Daddy?" she asked. Daddy explained. "Yes, the first sentence, within the historic boundary of Lush Grove, means it's a park. And apparently created for puppy love is Labrador. It's the only park that has the name of a dog's breed in Singapore. And when I formed Olive Labrador Park, I remembered there's a very famous olive restaurant at Labrador Park." "Yeah, you just solved the riddle, Daddy." Annie happily jumped up and hugged Daddy. Daddy picked her up and lovingly said, "No, we solved the riddle. Now let's go look for Snowy." Milky was so happy and excited. He ran so fast, and at the same time, the sun was setting. Annie looked at Daddy. "I'm so hungry. Can we eat?" She didn't even finish the sentence yet, and Daddy already said, "McDonald's, right?" "Yes, let's go. There's one nearby here." Both of them laughed and went together to McDonald's for dinner. That's the end of chapter 4. I hope you enjoyed.